Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'm going to finally be doing my April 2018 DVD and Blu-ray update video for you guys. So, I haven't filmed a video in a long time, probably since my March 2018 DVD and Blu-ray update video. I've just been extremely busy with school and finals and all of that stuff, so I wanted to wait to start filming more videos once I got home. So I've gotten some pretty good things this month, and like always we'll start with the DVDs and then get onto the Blu-rays. So I did get 2 horror DVDs, and they are part of a series, a television series that for whatever reason they decided to release it on individual releases, and I had already started getting it or getting the movies by the time that they came out with a full collection, or I had already gotten movies, I don't know. Either way, I'm going to be getting the entire collection on DVD individually released. So the first one that I have is, well, they're both from Masters of Horror, and this one is The Black Cat. And this was directed by Stuart Gordon, and this also has Jeffrey Combs in it, and this is based off of an Edgar Allan Poe short story. And I started watching this and I wasn't able to finish it, but Jeffrey Combs plays Edgar Allan Poe, which I wasn't really necessarily expecting that when I started watching it. I was expecting him to just be a character, but it turned out that he was Edgar Allan Poe, which actually was kind of cool. He definitely looked like Edgar Allan Poe, so that was pretty cool. And the next one is another Masters of Horror, and this is The Damned Thing. And this is by Tobe Hooper. He directed this, and it has Ted Raimi in it and Sean Patrick Flannery. And I watched this one, and I personally was not a huge fan of it. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. So, meh. But that's what you get with TV shows. So these were like each an episode, and that's kind of what you get, is some episodes are better than others. But part of the reason that I'm getting them on these releases are because I want with the slipcover, because all of the ones that I have so far, which I think I only need 4 more, and they all have the slipcover, so I'm very happy with that. Then I bought this on eBay, and with the recent Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, I have really gotten back into the Olympics again, so I started looking for the DVDs and Blu-rays of past Olympic Games, and so I was able to find this one, and it was cheap because a lot of these are out of print, so it makes it really hard to find. Or if you find them, they're super expensive. So I got this probably for less than $15. I think it was like $12. But this is the gymnastics part of the Athens 2004 Olympic Games. And this is from NBC. And this was actually pretty decent. I did watch this one. It's just about, I think it's an hour long. It says approximately 60 minutes, and it goes through the gymnastics portion of the Olympics, and I thought it was a pretty good summary of not only the United States' performance, but also the rest of the world. And then I also have another Olympic DVD set, and this is Canada's Quest for Success. So it says that down here, and this is from Torino 2006. So these were the Winter Olympics. And this is a Canadian release. I got it off of Amazon. So right here's another side, and then it's got this kind of really cool, almost mountain shaped like slipcover. And inside it comes with the discs. So there are 6 discs. And you've got, it breaks it down by day. So you've got one disc, well not one disc, but you've got days all the way through day 15, and then highlights of the opening and closing ceremonies. And then you've got the a disc that has men's curling, well, a curling disc, so it's got men's curling and a women's curling. And then you've also got the women's hockey and men's hockey on 2 separate discs. So women's hockey is on one disc, and men's hockey is on another disc. So I watched everything up until the closing ceremonies, and I'll just say, for this coming out in 2006, it was pretty rough. I watched this and I could have swore that it was from the 90s. The graphics were bad. Like, they had these weird opening graphics for the discs, and it looked like bad 90s CGI. It also had the quality of the actual film, or the actual videos, were not that good. But overall, I enjoyed it. This is from the CBC Sports Station. I think that that's the station in Canada that they air the Olympics on. So that was cool. The one thing I did really like about this set, though, while it only covered, well, for the most part, it covered only Canadian athletes. So they would show, like, the events, but then they would only show the Canadian people in the events. One of the things that I did enjoy was, as bonus features, they had, like, a journalist would go and kind of be with the, if a Canadian athlete had won the Olympic medal, they would kind of go with them and then show, like, what happens after they win it, and I thought that that was really cool. So it was kind of like a behind-the-scenes look of what all goes on once an athlete wins, and then kind of just, like, waiting until the medal ceremony, because the medal ceremony does not happen until much after the thing, so you kind of have a little downtime. So now let's get into the Blu-rays that I picked up. So this first one that I have is Scanners, and this is a Criterion release. I picked it up because I think I saw it on Amazon for, I think it was like, I want to say 17 something, and most of the time Criterion's the lowest that you can get them after the lowest you can get them pretty much is $20 when they are half off at the Barnes & Noble half off sale. So what I've been doing recently is, if there's a Criterion release that I like, I have been going on Amazon and pre-ordering it. And with Amazon, if at any time the price drops, it will automatically add that dropped price to your thing, to your account. So if the price drops and then goes right back up, you'll still get that dropped price. So $17, I felt like that was a good deal for the Criterion release of this, and I had always heard good things about this, and I thought that I would definitely pick it up. So here is the artwork. And we also have there's like a, I think this is like an essay about the film. And then it also talks about the transfer and all that stuff. So that is pretty cool. I did start watching this, but I didn't finish it. I got sidetracked. So I look forward to giving this a shot. Also, something I kind of did, which I don't know, I think it's fine. But on the outside cover, which I kind of wish these stickers were on it, but on the outside plastic, it had the sticker right here. And it basically shows, or says that it's a Criterion release, and it was director approved, and it has David Cronenberg's signature. So I peeled that off and just stuck it on the front cover. I think it looks cool, and I definitely think that I kind of wish that it was already on there, but whatever. So the next one I picked up was one that I had definitely heard about, and I had never really thought about watching it, but I started taking this, I was taking an online class it was called Criminal Law. So we were learning about different types of crimes and stuff. So one of the assignments was to pick a movie related to white collar crime and kind of analyze it, and then talk about what kind of crimes they committed, and then also who the crimes affected. So I had went through a bunch of different movies, and I decided that I was going to do this one because I thought that nobody really would have chosen this one, and I think only one other person did, so I was happy with that. But this is The Wolf of Wall Street. And now I had known that it had won, I don't know if it had won an Academy Award, but it definitely was nominated. And so I was like, alright, I'll watch this. And I knew it was crazy, but I don't know. I personally wasn't a huge fan of it. It wasn't as crazy as I thought that it was going to be. And it was long, like 3 hours long. And it was pretty rough. But I watched it all, did my report, and I was happy that, and I got an A on it, so, well, I got a perfect score, so I was glad about that. So this next one is one that I had seen, but I had not seen it, like, I personally watched it, but I had seen it on like reviews and stuff of it, but I never really watched it. But I knew that there was something that had to do with a cult, and I kind of have a slight obsession with cults. I think that they are super cool, or well, not super cool, but like super interesting to learn about and stuff. So I found this, or it was on Amazon, because I thought that it was a Diabolic DVD exclusive. Like, the Blu-ray was an exclusive to them, but it was on Amazon, and the price had dropped, and I got a notification about it from, Bluray.com. The link's in the description if you're interested in checking it out. That's where I find a bunch of deals on Blu-rays, and when I find out when things are coming out and all that stuff. Anyway, we have The Void. And I ended up watching this twice in the past. Since I got it, and I liked it the first time. I thought it was really good, and then I showed it to my friends, or we were trying to find something to do, and I was like, let's watch a movie, and I had given them a couple choices of what I had recently watched that I thought was pretty good, and this was one of them, and he had decided that this was the one that he wanted to watch. So we went back to his apartment, and him and his roommates watched, his one roommate watched a little bit of it with us, and they actually did not like it, so I'm not entirely sure. Like, the second time around that I watched it, a lot of things made more sense, because then I can pick up on different things, but they weren't too hip on it, so I don't know. I also got this is a Scream Factory release. It is a little damaged, and I'm a little upset about it, but there's not a whole lot I can do. But this is the release of The Strangers, and it did come with the slipcover. The slipcover is damaged from Amazon, if you can tell once it focuses, but there's like a patch right there, and there's a bunch of creases and stuff. So that kind of sucks, but there's not a whole lot you can do. It also creased on the spine, so I don't know what the heck they were doing. But this is the original artwork, and then this is the newly commissioned artwork. And I was always a big fan of this movie. It was one of the creepiest movies I had seen, and, well, one of the most unsettling. It was probably the most recent scary movie that I legitimately was scared of. And I haven't seen the new one, so I hope to be able to watch that. But that is also an upgrade to my collection. And because I sold the Blu-ray a while ago when I first found out that they were going to be doing a Strangers release. And then I waited until the price dropped a little bit. So I think it was down to like $14 or $15. And I pulled the trigger and decided to buy it. This is also an upgrade to my collection, and it was like a used movie store, and I was looking for a couple things that I had recently sold on eBay to rebuy, and I couldn't really find anything, but then I did find one thing that I wanted, and, well, no, I didn't find anything that I wanted, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to buy a couple things that I need. So this is the Number Station. And this says it has John Cusack and Malin Ackerman in it. I did start watching this and then didn't finish. But I look forward to watching it. It looks pretty interesting. We then have, this is one that I also got with this, and this is also an upgrade to my collection, but this is Fighting. And this has Channing Tatum and Terrence Howard in it. So I look forward to watching this one. It definitely looks interesting, and I did have this on DVD, so I look forward to checking it out. Then, this is one that I thought was really cool. Well, I actually hadn't heard of it ever until I was listening to the podcast Shockwaves, which is all about horror movies and different things like that. So if you're interested, you can check that out anywhere you get podcasts, I guess. Not sponsored, but I really like them, so definitely check them out. But one of the hosts on there, Rebecca McKendry, who used to work at Fangoria, had recommended this movie, and she was like, you can only see it on VHS. But I then saw that they were putting it out on Blu-ray. So this is called The Boneyard. So there is a giant zombie poodle, and then it is reversible artwork. This is from Code Red. So this is the other artwork, the other side. And I actually do not know what this character is. I don't think that character ever comes up in the entire movie. It's also what the disc art is based off of, so I'm not sure what that is. There is a giant killer poodle in the movie, if you're interested. That is kind of a spoiler, but this is... I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought that it was really good. There were a couple things that were a little weird that didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I definitely would recommend checking this out. I think I got it for $17 or something like that, but definitely check that out. And lastly, this was a movie that I had never watched, but I had definitely heard a lot of people talk about. I saw that Arrow Video was putting it out, so I pre-ordered it, got it for like $17. And this is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So this, I don't know how well you'll be able to tell, but this slipcover is literally amazing. Like, I love it so much. I did watch this movie, and I am very glad that I did. I actually really enjoyed it. It is campy, and it's kind of weird, but I definitely liked it. And these aren't like, I like that these aren't scary clowns. Like, they're not trying to be scary. They are just kind of there. They're kind of like unsuspecting, kind of gnarly clowns. So I really liked that. Another slipcover that has one of these weird cutouts here. If you know what they're about, let me know. Nobody's ever said anything about it. And then we also have this original artwork, I'm assuming, of the movie. And on the inside, we have a little essay about the Killer Clowns movie. We also have Killer Clowns poster. And on the back, I assume that's the original artwork. And then we have a little, like a little promotional thing, I guess, with a bunch of movies that Arrow has released. So that's it for my April 2018 DVD and Blu-ray update video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about what I picked up that month in April, and if there's anything you like, anything that you don't like, or anything that you think I should pick up in the future. But thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Bye.